Well, the next presentation is from a company called Anaplan, and we have a slight change of plans because the lady, Caroline, she is not be able to present because she suddenly fell ill. So she will not be able to be on stage, but we convinced one of the gentlemen from the partner who implemented the project, Matt Fulford. He's going to present instead. He is familiar with the project, and so please welcome with me Matt Fulford from PFIX on behalf of Anaplan.
Okay. Hi everyone, this is a little bit unusual. I saw these slides for the first time about 3 minutes ago, but so apologies if it's slightly dry. Anaplan, the leading planning and performance management platform for smart business. That's my name up there. So Anaplan they're essentially a cloud software company. They've got a really great product, which is all around business planning. They've got a huge number of customers across the globe. Their customers combined have a great number of users as well, spread across a large number of industries. They were originally started from I think it was from a barn somewhere near York. So a guy from Yorkshire, a guy who lived near York, started the Anaplan company. And they've, more recently moved over to San Francisco. They're over there in Silicon Valley. Really good success story. Great company with British heritage as well, which is great. 600 global customers. Some really big names up there. It really is a powerful solution that's trusted by some great companies. Okay, so they've had some industry recognition. I didn't realize this myself, actually, but so Gartner, Visionary in the 2016 Strategic Corporate Performance Management Magic Quadrant. That's really great. And a Forrester Wave leader as well. So yeah. So Anaplan and Liferay, growing a global community. So Anaplan are a software company. They build their own software product, which is hosted in the cloud. They're using Liferay on the side of that. Now, they basically use Liferay for a couple of things. One is to publish their product documentation. So all of their software users, all of the users of their cloud platform, use Liferay, use their Liferay Community platform to understand how their own product works. So Anaplan have got a number of staff which are creating and publishing content all about their product. So Anaplan started using the Liferay CE 6.1 back in 2013. And as I said, it's a self-service community for Anaplan users and model builders being the people who are using their software to build these organizational models and these business models within their software. It's all self-hosted. They host it all themselves internally. And the whole thing contains product documentation, forums, and a few other things. It's their single resource for product knowledge. So it's really important to them because the users of their software have a really high dependency on this. In fact, their software provides some contextual help out to Liferay. So, if somebody needs help building a particular type of model within their solution or using a particular function, it takes you out to Liferay's platform. So there's quite a high dependency, and because their software is so widely used and so critical to a number of organizations, that kind of makes the Liferay platform on the side of it equally as critical. Initially, Anaplan were using a remote development team in New Zealand. So they got this team in to build them their initial Liferay implementation and do some basic administration of the platform for them. And that was how it looked over on the left in 2013. And then they took some color out of it in 2015. So it's fairly basic. Obviously, as I say, running on Liferay 6.1 Community Edition. And they faced a number of challenges there. So there's some example challenges listed here. So time zone conflicts and collaboration with a remote team difficult. This is the development team in New Zealand dealing with an organisation in York in the UK. They found that a real challenge. Once they stopped using that team in New Zealand, there was no real ownership. You know, it kind of fell to the content team. So the people who are actually writing the content and delivering the content were kind of looking after the Liferay platform. They found it difficult to obtain internal technical support for development. They obviously fell behind with Liferay fixes and patch releases because they were on the community edition. So they had a product which was becoming more buggy as they used it more. And obviously the site began to look tired and dated. They had some issues with search and publishing using staging, which some of you might be aware that can be particularly challenging on the community edition. There were some issues with hard-coded links in their own software UI. So links in their UI, I talked about this contextual help, so links being hard-coded in that UI going out to Liferay. Lack of executive visibility and focus. So, yeah, the executive at Anaplan kind of almost became detached from the whole the community platform that was sitting to the side of their main product. I'm not entirely sure of the reasons for that, but that was obviously a problem for them. And then, probably because of that, the community had lost its way. Users were getting frustrated. You can see where this is going. They're eventually going to turn Liferay off. It's terrible. Nobody's getting a good experience of it. Some lessons learned from all that. So you can't just wing it, which I guess is what they tried to do. Get the community edition, get a team in to build it, and then leave them to it. That's kind of not the way you would do it. So Liferay is extremely powerful and flexible, as you know. Every project needs thorough planning, design, and architecting. So if they sat down on day one and thought where this is going, how this is going to become so so central, so important to the organisation and its product, they'd have maybe done it slightly differently. A robust content strategy and vision is vital. So one thing that they didn't get right on day one, because they didn't have the right advice, was that it was the whole content strategy. So it became very difficult for them to manage their content and publish new content and make changes. And the platform was, because of that, content became stale because people, just didn't really have the ability to keep things up to date. Anticipate the changing needs of your users and make sure you're ready for rapid growth. So I guess this comes back to the point of that, the growth of Anaplan and the sudden heavy reliance on the Liferay platform. You need to be able to think, because we're tying this into our main product so tightly, it's going to become an important part of our client offering. Going from CE to E is not necessarily a smooth ride. Okay, so let me just see the next slide. So going from CE to E. So eventually they saw sense and got somebody in to help them move to the Enterprise Edition. They realized that using the Community Edition was causing a bunch of their problems. There were other problems, but the fact that they were on old, slightly buggy software was not great for them. So they moved over to the Enterprise Edition. So we came in and we helped them do that. We fixed a lot of things for them and we stabilized the platform. Caroline's put here, in hindsight, we should have paid for the Enterprise Edition and bought in Liferay specialists, even if it meant taking more time and spending more money. So, you'd look at the cost-benefit analysis there, and I think they've realized that actually spending the money on the Enterprise Edition should have been done a little bit earlier. And don't assume technical support is always freely available in-house. They've obviously had to learn new skills to keep their site running. So after all that pain, why did they decide to continue with Liferay? So it's obviously served them well for 3 years. They've had problems, but it's been there. It's done a job for them. The site required further investment in TLC to bring it up to date and fix annoying navigation issues. They have a customization in place for user authentication, which they wouldn't be able to get easily with some off-the-shelf system. So this integration had already been built, synchronizing users between their primary software platform and Liferay was quite an important piece of functionality. I think particularly now they're on the Enterprise Edition, they see Liferay as a robust enterprise CMS. We trusted to be future-proof. I'm not sure why she's got that in the past tense, but hopefully they still trust to be future-proof. Familiarity of the tool for authors and contributors. Obviously, people there at Anaplan have been using Liferay for 3 years now. They know the products, they know how to create and publish the content, and they're familiar with it. It would be a challenge to then move to some other platform and have to learn the whole thing again. We've recently introduced them to some features such as the knowledge base, Liferay knowledge base app, Calio workflow, and a few other things. So they're now recognizing that actually Liferay's got so much out of the box that is so flexible, so easy to turn on, so easy to start using. These are the sort of things they didn't kind of see before. Now they're seeing that. And obviously they found a great local partner to work with. So Anaplan Community. So this is sort of taking their platform forward to make it more of to grow a stronger community around their product. So currently their Liferay platform serves 150,000 users globally. The platform has now been stabilized. There's a completely improved user experience. We went through a whole new UI UX redesign exercise with them. Ownership of specific components across engineering within Anapedia, and enablement, which is the whole community side of things. So they've actually recognized that this platform is serving two purposes. It's the whole documentation side, which is what engineering are now taking care of, and it's the enablement. It's the growing of the community and the helping of people in a more unstructured way. They've now got increased engagement on user forums. Their analytics are up. Support tickets are down, which is great. They're hosting multiple sites within the portal, so they're actually engaging not only the users of their software, but their partners as well. So they're able to create sort of partner sites and do different things with their different audiences. These were potentially, features in Liferay that are just sitting there, just not touched because they didn't know they were there. They came in on day one, turned it on, and used it as it was without really having that guidance about what's available. Leadership focus on community growth and expand opportunities. They've made a real decision to really grow this community platform, and that's come from the top of the organization, which is really great. They're looking for big expansion with this thing, and they've got a happy partnership with PFIX for future development and site improvements. So business value. I guess this is just illustrating a couple of those previous points. Reduction in support calls, which is obviously great for them because their support engineers can concentrate on other things. Customers are becoming more self-sufficient, so they're starting to surface stuff within the portal, within the community platform, to allow their users to find the answers that they need. And now they've got a higher number of visitors than ever before. So maybe when people were previously accessing the community site, they were giving up and not really using the help content on there as much as they could do. Now they're really starting to use it, and they're getting real engagement with their users. So this was the new Anaplan site that we put together with them in the summer, the new Anaplan Community site. Obviously, it looks much more visually appealing than the previous screenshots you saw. It's mobile ready. They recognise that a number of their users access the site on mobile. So it's had a lot more thinking from the UI and the UX point of view, and a lot more inclusion of a lot of Liferay's features. So the future of the Anaplan Community platform. So some of this is news to me, which is good. So the community will serve over 1 million users within the next 5 years. So they're looking at significant growth from that 150,000 users up to 1 million users. They're looking to merge different communities into one centrally managed portal. So they've got a couple of other communities around their product, and they're looking to sort of consolidate that on the Liferay platform. They're going to be publishing content in multiple languages. Obviously, Anaplan's a global software product, so localization of content is going to be quite important for them. They're looking at regional user groups and forums, which Liferay is perfectly suited to. Then the product documentation, currently called Anapedia, is going to be moving to a new location, publicly available, to increase self-sufficiency and access to non-Anaplan users. So they're actually going to be managing that within Liferay and publishing it in a slightly different way, rather than it being within the Liferay platform. Adoption of KCS methodology to reduce support tickets, further increasing user self-sufficiency, and further investment in features and functionality, such as event planning, web forums, ideation, and gamification. So yeah, they're really looking to exploit the platform. Some really interesting stuff. They've got some really clued up community staff within the organization. So they're really, they've got the right people in place to start utilizing the tools they've got there to get real engagement and usage of the platform. And this is a screenshot of their new system. It's strange that my name's up there. It's coincidence. So yeah, again, another kind of UI refresh on the cards, I think, and a little bit more exploitation of some Liferay features. That's it. Any questions? I'll do my best to answer.
Well, I think that deserves, yes. Yes.